Welcome back to 110 Daily on the 110 Sports Network. Josh Doring is still here with me, and now our esteemed colleague Chris Brown is as well. Chris, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, guys. Doing great. Ready to preview some weekend action, but also I know we've got a fun topic, a seasonal topic to get into first.
A,
An important
a
topic.
very
Oh,
important
yes.
topic. Okay, my first question for you guys, though, is when are you allowed to start playing Christmas music? What's
Day after Thanksgiving. This is easy.
This is easy.
I,
Have you thought about this, Josh?
This is one of my talk about things you would die on a hill for. This is up there. One holiday at a time, please.
I generally agree with you. I don't necessarily think it has to be the day after Thanksgiving. I feel like if you're cleaning up Thanksgiving dinner, if you're putting the leftovers away and you want to start getting into the spirit, or I've never actually gone Black Friday shopping on Thursday afternoon after Thanksgiving. The people who do that are actually crazy. But I am okay with getting in the mood if you're cleaning up Thanksgiving, you're about to go Black Friday shopping, which is inherently a Christmassy thing, right? It's sort of the kickoff of the Christmas season. So if you're trying to get into the mood prior to doing that, I'm okay with that. But generally, I'm in agreement with you that it's one holiday at a time, please.
yeah, I'm not going to contradict that. I'm in agreement there too. I don't like it when we start playing Christmas music on the radio on like November 3rd or something. Like, no, no, no. No, personally, I'm more of a I'm more of a wait till like just for me listening to Christmas music. I usually don't want to do it until we're like a couple weeks from Christmas, like
Okay.
early to mid-December, honestly, for me. But I can understand anybody once we get past the Thanksgiving meal. As soon as the Thanksgiving meal is over, I feel like that's the cutoff. I'm okay after that. But yeah, I'm with you guys. None of this November 1st Christmas music marathon nonsense.
And I hadn't gotten to the point. I love Christmas music. I'm not one of those people that plays Christmas music for months and months, but I love Christmas music and was, looking for inspiration this morning and just, found a Spotify playlist that is just, it was making me happy. I was, preparing for the show and had Mariah Carey serenading me about all she wants for Christmas is me. And it was fantastic, but okay, I'm glad we're in agreement here because I generally think that day after Thanksgiving is fine. Let's go no sooner, no earlier than that. But we got the podium. For those of you who don't know how this works, at the Olympics there's a podium. There's a bronze, there's a silver, there's a gold. Pretty self-explanatory there. But we take that concept, we apply it to a random category, and we assign a bronze, silver, and gold medal for things X, Y, and Z in that category. The category today, of course, is Christmas songs. So, with the bronze medal in the 2020 Podium Games on 110 Daily, well, this doesn't work because all three of us have a different bronze, so it's not that epic. Josh, your bronze medal song, please.
It's ironic because my bronze medal song is one that you have already mentioned, and that is All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey.
W.
It,
It's on my list
it's,
somewhere too.
it's not my favorite Christmas song, but of course it's just a jam. And it's also the go-to song on Christmas, I feel like, and you're watching the NBA games and that's the song that's playing.
Yep.
I don't use it as much as a let's get excited for Christmas song, but to me it is the Christmas Day, let's celebrate that it's Christmas song, which is why I had to put it on my list
Sure.
and give it my bronze medal.
Yeah, that brings up a good point that these three songs I love, but there also is some outside presence here, some outside force here, on it. Like it's hard to not have that song on the list regardless of how you feel about it. Chris, if I'm saying something that if you don't have it on your list, then I'm not dogging you whatsoever. The point I'm making is that there are just some Christmas songs that are just indisputably deserving of a spot on the podium regardless of how you feel about them, and that's probably one of them. Chris, what's your bronze medal?
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't have it in my top three, but I mean, it was certainly under consideration. I mean, it's a classic. Like, I can't argue with it. If we were putting this to top five, I'd probably have it in there. It's honestly just that one Christmas song that I still love it, but I've heard it so much that
Sure.
it's sort of like I sort of got fatigue, and I'll get back to it and I'll listen to it once or twice, but I can't play it on repeat because I kind of get the fatigue. But it's definitely in my top. Would be in the top 10, probably in the top 5 of my third. And a little preview here. All my picks here are, I don't think a single one of them came out before 1980. They're all very old classics. I'm a classics
awesome.
Christmas guy. I'm
definitely a contemporary Christmas guy. So this is a good mix. I like this.
Yes. Yeah. So I have, it's the Christmas song by Nat King Cole, which is the chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Yep.
Song. That's how it starts. Yeah. So it's just a classic for me. I like that old timey Christmas feel. I like those kind of songs that are just sort of like, they remind me, it's sort of like there's an old school sort of family, like wholesome feel to them. I like the wholesome feel of the old style Christmas songs. So that's my pick for number 3.
I like it. I wish, if I wasn't worried about the possibility of copyright strikes, I would play each of these songs briefly that we mentioned, but Twitch in particular makes me sad with the DMCA's, and so we'll keep it just in our minds. But I like that one. That's one of those songs that, it's like White Christmas, the I'm dreaming, but chestnuts roast. Yeah, it's just it's an elite beginning to the song. So my bronze medal it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas by Michael Bublé. I am you guys know I love Michael Bublé. I really love Michael Bublé's Christmas album. I could probably put 3 Michael Bublé Christmas songs on this list and be completely fine with it. Certainly contemporary. The song itself is a classic, but I really like Michael Bublé. When Spotify did their decade list after 2019 was over, everything by Michael Bublé was the song I listened to more than any other song that I had over the last 10 years, if that tells you anything. But it's a classic song by someone I really, really like. So that is my bronze medal. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Let's run it back. Silver medal, Mr. Doring.
My silver medal, Meghan Trainor's "I'll Be Home."
I was going to be disappointed if that wasn't on your list. I thought it might be first, but I'm not. I would have been upset with you, considering the conversations we've had previously about Christmas songs, if it wasn't on the list.
It was close to number 1. This, to me, is the most underrated Christmas song of all time. Regardless of how you feel about Meghan Trainor, this is far and away the best thing she has ever done. This is the song that I will listen to over and over and over from December 1st to December 24th to get excited for Christmas.
Yeah.
Because I'm with you, Chris. A lot of the classics I get fatigued by. This one just never gets old to me. I absolutely love this song. There was no way it was going to be anything lower than silver.
I'm excited because I don't know what your gold medal is about to be, which is exciting. But I was going to be shocked if it wasn't on your list. Mr. Brown, take us back to the past again and give us your next old-fashioned Christmas song, which are all great. That wasn't a dig at all, but
oh no, I know. I don't take it as a dig at all.
I love it.
Oh yeah. Oh, the funny thing here is you actually already mentioned it when we were talking about the Christmas song. You said it's a lot like this other song.
Oh,
and how it begins.
Yeah.
White Christmas. That's my choice for number 2. It's obviously in that same sort of, I don't know, genre feel, that sort of thing. And I mean, it's a classic. I mean, I don't really have any sort of great explanation for it other than it's just sort of become a staple of, I don't know, my Christmas. It's on the playlist. It's in there every year, and I like that kind of tone to my Christmas music. It's relaxing. So yeah, I'm going White Christmas.
I have a question for the two of you who live in places where snow is a much more regular occurrence than where I live. Part A is, have you ever had a white Christmas? And part B is, does White Christmas, the song, just hit a little different when you actually think there's a chance you could have a white Christmas? Because around here, like if it's just cold, it's a W.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I've had a couple White Christmas, probably like what? So in the last 10 years, it's maybe happened 3 times, something like that. It happens every couple of years. It's a high enough rate that it's always there. It's always a thing that could happen that we get excited about, but it's not super common. But yeah, that the song hits differently when there's a chance of it, and especially when it's a White Christmas and you play that on Christmas Day and there's snow out or it's snowing. I mean, that's the jackpot, right?
100%.
Yeah, I've definitely had multiple White Christmases. I don't know exactly how many, but it's certainly not a extremely rare occurrence.
Mm.
It doesn't really hit differently for me, but there is certainly a different level of excitement when there is a White Christmas. That part of it means something to me.
Yeah.
I just don't connect it back to the song very much.
Sure. Yeah, I've never heard the song when it's snowing, period, right? Like it's not like it was it didn't snow on Christmas, but on the 21st it snowed and there's still remnants of it out on the grass and you're singing White Christmas. I've been dreaming about a White Christmas for a really long time and I still haven't got it. One time it flurried a little bit. I remember because we were outside riding new bikes, but that doesn't count. It was more like a dandruff Christmas. My silver medal is a classic, Bobby Helms, Jingle Bell Rock. I'm a big fan of this song. This is one of my favorite sing-along songs because what I've learned about Christmas music is that I'm really good at the choruses of almost all Christmas songs, but this is one of the songs that I know like pretty much all the words to. It never gets old. And there's a common thread through all Christmas music, but I think this one's pretty unique in the way that it sounds. I like this one a lot. This is always one of the ones that I seek out once the holiday seasons come around. My silver medal, Jingle Bell Rock.
Yeah, it's definitely a go-to. You hear it in the stores all the time, and
oh yeah,
it's one of those. I sort of put Christmas songs in different categories, but it's one of those preparatory ones where you just hear it over and over throughout the month of December. It gets you excited. It's just fun, and yeah, it's easy to sing along to. It checks a lot of boxes for sure.
For sure. All right, let's do it. Gold medal, Mr. Doring.
I honestly kind of surprised myself that I felt so strongly about my order. Because initially I really thought it was going to be I'll Be Home. But I've decided that my top Christmas song, although I'll Be Home might be my favorite, my top Christmas song is Amy Grant's Breath of Heaven.
Okay. Yeah.
It's the song Christmas Eve that always resonates with me more. It's just different. I'm different from at least Josh in this regard, that the fun sing along sort of just upbeat songs that make you feel good typically are not my favorites.
Oh,
I want the
eat them up. I eat them up.
I want the more intricate, lyric driven stuff that's just fundamentally who I am as a music connoisseur. And so this song checks that box for me, and that's a very important box when I'm ranking things, which is something that I'll Be Home doesn't really do. And obviously it's a little bit less important to me at Christmas just because Christmas, it's supposed to be fun and there are so many great songs, and it's just, I love Christmas music for a short amount of time because to me that keeps it special.
Yeah.
So I'll listen to any kind of Christmas music in December, but then we need to stop so that we get excited about it again next year, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But there are a couple songs every year that I really, really look forward to. I'll Be Home is definitely one, and Breath of Heaven is the other. I don't want to hear it before December, and I really don't even want to hear it before Christmas Eve. But that makes it incredibly special when I do get to hear it and when I decide to play it for myself. So that's my gold medal.
You're one of the few people in my life that prefer that the way you feel about songs is based on the lyrics more than the way that it sounds, Right, because I will only
Oh, yeah.
dive deeper into lyrics if I enjoy the way that a song sounds, right? At least that's, I'm pretty basic like that, to be honest with you. And I have my songs that mean more to me for one reason or another. But for the most part, and I think it's true for most people, that if they don't enjoy the way that it sounds first and foremost, then they aren't led to go and look up the lyrics. But you are not like that, and I appreciate that for sure. Christopher, your gold medal, please.
Yeah, I'm sticking with the same theme, and I'm realizing that all my picks, they basically all have the same tone to them completely. Yes, exactly, that tone, that beginning of the song tone. Yeah. And the reason I have this song as my top pick is because it feels the most uplifting of my choices, and it's sort of the one that just no matter what, it's gonna put me in a good mood around the holidays, and it's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's the most. Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Yeah, exactly. It starts it's the same tone, but that's the one of the three that I felt like were my top three. It's the one that puts me in the best mood. It's it's just upbeat compared to the others a little bit. I mean, they're all upbeat, but it just puts me in a good mood. I don't really feel like there's any deeper explanation. I just like that tone, and I like the happiness to it. I guess that's it.
Yeah. I'm incredibly basic. The number one song on my list, my gold medal, is "All I Want for Christmas Is You" by Mariah Carey.
I knew it.
Let me tell you why, though. Like I just said, there are some songs that mean more to me for one reason or another. This song is my family's Christmas song because of how much my mom loves this song. We played this song on Thanksgiving, a couple of days after Thanksgiving, after the meal was over. Don't worry. We did one thing. We did one holiday at a time.
Good deal.
The other day when we were taking the pumpkins off the front doors and putting Christmas wreaths on it, and we were putting up the Christmas tree, and this is a song that is always played at least once. This is a song that everyone in my family knows all the words to, that we always all sing along to. I would not call this my favorite Christmas song, but it is the song that resonates most with me when I think about Christmas. And yes, it's overplayed. Yes, I hear it way too many times between now and Christmas Eve. All of those things are true. Or I guess between Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve. All of those things are true. That doesn't make it any less important. And honestly, I never considered anything else to be the gold medal on my list for those reasons. Not because it's my favorite necessarily, but considering the context, to talk about hitting different, it hits different. And so that's my gold medal and rounding out my list.
It also fits your music taste too.
Yeah.
It's not
I had no doubt that's where.
And that's not to say that I don't like the song. That's not to say that I don't like the song. The song is great. There are other songs that I think are better songs, but I love the song, and it makes me happy around the holidays. So, and that's really all I'm looking for with my Christmas songs.
Right. Exactly.
That was all. The Podium is so much fun. Christmas songs are so much fun. We'll do the Podium every single Friday, and when Chris joins us to end the week. Coming up next, we're doing the final five games. We're going to pick winners for, and we're going to keep track of them as the weeks go by to see who's the best at predicting sports, I suppose. We'll do that next. 110 Daily on the 110 Sports Network.